come to round, well, this is round 3 actually still I think, maybe even 2. I'm so confused already. But we are HeflaTV, and this is Hamster Tamers versus Dream Destroyerz from the infamous Moon Meander, which so many people already in the chat have been asking that where can we see Moon Meander's team, but now finally we have caught up with them. And, well, I'm still not alone, as joining me will be Benji.
Yep, I'm still here, and I'm actually looking forward to see this game, considering the fact that, you know, I used to be a HON person back before, you know, S2 basically messed that game up, and I actually used to watch Moonminder back when he was on Totally Rad. Fun times of all that trolling, and lovely, lovely funny stuff went on there. As we all can see the first bans, and there was going to be that Brewmaster Doom combo banned out, and the Tide and Lycan on the Hamster Tamers.
Yeah, it's pretty standard bans by both. But what will Dream Destroyerz actually... Well, Faceless Void first pick. We were wondering about why it didn't get picked up last game, but this time around just straight off the bat. But Hamster Tamers, what are they looking at to now counter the Faceless Void? What would be the best decisions?
Well, for a Faceless Void, what you really need is some kind of stun. And even better is stuns that don't rely on BKB, so to say. Stuff like a Shadow Demon, even an OD to some extent, where you could just simply either disrupt or Astral Imprisonment either the Faceless Void or his target, effectively making his ultimate useless. As we all can see, there's Shadow Shaman Razor getting picked up. Razor also very good counterers. His static link doesn't mind if he's inside an ultimate. As long as he's got it off on the Faceless Void before he casts his ultimate, he's still draining all that to damage, still getting all that lovely, lovely goodness.
Yeah, and of course, even the Eye of the Storm still does damage. Well, or not yet. It does damage, so it's still activated even within the Chronosphere. But Dream Destroyerz, they pick up a Skywrath Mage for themselves. To be honest, I think Razor is a really good hero against Skywrath, thanks to the unstable current. So Skywrath Mage usually just wants to spam the hell out of the enemy, just arcane bolts flying left and right. But if you have that unstable current, Skywrath Mage just purges himself every single time he does that. So not a priority target for the Skywrath there. So really like the pickup from Hamster Tamers. And of course Dream Destroyerz, they have two really solid heroes themselves. But Hamster Tamers, they smartly target ban the Invoker, because you don't want to be facing an Exort Invoker when you have the Faceless Void on that same team.
Entirely agreed, as this is basically turning out to be TI4 group stages day 1 all over again, as effectively nothing of a real note, so to say. They're all very good, nice, pushy heroes. Although we do see the Sand King banned out by the Dream Destroyer side, along with the Clockwork. Two interesting bans to some extent, especially as a Clockwork. I wouldn't consider him the best hero against these two. The Faceless Void can easily leap away from that initiation, while the Skywrath Mage, in some way, the Clockwork can be its own trap, so to say.
Yeah, it's definitely scary if you're up against a Skywrath and you're a Clockwork. But of course Clockwork works really well if you do have the Skywrath Mage on your same team. But I guess that might indicate already that Faceless Void is going to be their offlaner. Unless of course they want to pick up something like a Centaur or a Batrider.
But obviously, we do still have a lot of options available, so the IO is going to get picked up by Hamster Tamers. Might be a little bit risky, as that IO, he does have a weak laning stage, but at the same time, that Faceless Void coming out means that they are they have a little bit of space to get that level up on the IO, and get that bottle up and get him into that ganking, pushing stage of the game.
I'm not too sure how to even feel about this. Yes, you can potentially save people from the Chronosphere, of course, with the relocate. Just get the relocate going, tether into the target who is chronoed, and get them to safety. But, like you said, you kind of have to get the ball rolling for that first, to actually have the IO create the proper impact on the game. But especially as Dream Destroyerz, they pick up a Death Prophet now, so just silencing up an IO is already one really nice way to just deal with him.
Even more teamfight damage is... At this point, Hamster Tamers are really going to have to think hard about what they want to pick up, as if they need something to stop this huge wombo combo coming out and rolling them over.
Oh man. I think Death Prophet is just outright one of the strongest heroes in this game. Of course, so is the Shadow Shaman, possibly as a counter to that. Just every time either of those ultimates are up, you can just force things on the map. either objectives or just team fights. And, well, I guess with an IO, the map is a little bit more open for Hamster Tamers. If they really wanted to, they could pick up a Nature Prophet as well to make it more global. But, man, it's... You can already tell by their bonus time ticking down that that's a hard decision for them as well.
Yeah, I would disagree with the Nature's Prophet just because, yes, the global ganking is nice, but at the same time, as soon as, you know, the level 12, the level 15 minutes comes in, and we see this Dream Destroyer start to push in as 5, there's nothing a Nature's Prophet can do. He can basically turn up, pop his ultimate, and do some right-click damage. And that's basically his entire contribution to a team fight in the first 20 minutes of the game.
Oh, wow. Well, we saw the center picked up by them, and I love the center overall. I am kind of sad, to be honest, that lots of teams, they don't really have the center as the go-to offlaner anymore. Because that hero is just ridiculously strong. Especially up against Faceless Void, I think. If you can just catch him down, you definitely have the possibility to just burst him down unless he gets some lucky backtracks. But Dream Destroyers, they pick up a Jakiro for themselves. Extra push with the Liquid Fire. Long range disables with the Ice Path. And Ice Path overall, actually it's really nice against IO as well. If you see the relocate coming in from the minimap, you can already set the Ice Path, so once they relocate, they'll be stunned immediately.
Yeah, that Jakiro is actually a really nice pickup right there, as not only is that Ice Path being able to stop the IO relocating in or relocating back out, it's also more wombo combo. With that Macro Pyre just doing so much damage once again. This entire team is basically team fight orientated. Faceless Void jumps in, gets the ultimate off, and if he lands a good ultimate, if the Faceless Void gets off a good ultimate, there's nothing Hamster Tamers can really do.
Man, Hamster Tamers, go for Silencer. Go. Silencer is just so good against Faceless Void. Just stay back, Faceless Void comes in Chronos, you silence, and there won't be any wombo to the combo at all. But like you said, if the Faceless Void gets a nice Chrono, everybody's gonna be dead. Mystic Flares, Macro Pyres, Crypt Swarms, and even the Exorcism Spirits fly around through it.
Yeah, and I would say that Silencer is actually a pretty good pickup right now. So I feel that unless they go... I'm not even quite sure where else they could go other than that. Maybe a Omni Knight. But then I feel that make the laning stage weak because they do pick up a Northling. And I'm not quite sure. I'm guessing they're going to go for the Morphling IO mid combo that used to be pretty popular. Try and shut down that Death Prophet early on. But at the same time, for this combo to work, Death Prophet doesn't really need the gold. She just needs the levels. She just needs to stay there, stay in XP range, and pick up a few bits of it. As we see the... Even more... As... Ooh. We do see Moomin Dasher picks up a Pugna, meaning this might be a Pugna mid coming out.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad choice, I think, as well. The Nether Ward is really good against Morphling. If he just tries or wants to keep on strength morphing up, he's going to take damage every time he morphs. And of course, just Nether Ward overall is a pain in the ass to play against. And this gives them a ridiculous amount of tower pushing, as well as a ridiculous amount of team fight damage. Just AoE damage following up into the Chronosphere. And to some extent, I'm not even too sure how it works with Replicate, but I think Pugna's ultimate just poofs the Replicate immediately.
I'm not quite sure. I'm going to guess it does, as most things like that do poof the illusions, as we are going to be seeing. This game is going to get started finally, as we do see on the dire side. They are known as Hamsters. They have Iowa, hashtag I have a dream, on Morphling. ZT at the NMI, playing on that Razor. Valley Montoya on the Centaur Warrunner. Ron on Shadow Shaman, and On My Way on that IO.
And for Dream Destroyers up on the Radiant side, Moonmeader heading towards the safe lane up on the Pugna, leaving Bloody Knight to join him on the Jakiro with Enzo. On the Death Prophet, he's gonna go mid lane, has to Tango share to him as well. Bendy playing the Skywrath Mage, and WWD on the Faceless Void on the offlane.
Yep, and this offlane really, all he's looking for is to get that level 6. He's not really being played in that carry position per se. Yes, he's going to be... Yes, he's going to be a carry later on, but at the same time, his main goal is simply pick up that level 6, get the Chronosphere, and then start pushing down towers with the level 6 of the Death Prophet and the fire, the liquid fire coming out from Jakiro.
Liquid fire is just such a strong pushing ability, because it's guaranteed damage on the tower, because it burns the towers, as well as slows down the attack speed of it. Just so damn sick, especially with the heroes that they have already. Oh wow.
Yeah, Jakiro is often one of those overlooked heroes in terms of pushing and just general ganking ability, but he is a very viable hero in this kind of situation.
Yeah, I think it just is spell animations against certain lineups. They just don't work. Like, for example, against the Clockwork, Jakiro can't do much of anything once he gets caught, because his spell animation is just too slow for it. But I thought against this lineup, it should be fine, unless of course he gets jumped by the Centaur. That's a whole different matter, but if you can avoid that, he'll be fine. But mid lane, how well do you think Enzo is actually going to do up against this dual lane here?
I think he's going to do okay, as long as he plays smart and doesn't go too aggressive. His Crypt Swarm means that he should be able to get those last hits that he needs. And while Morphling is going to be able to get some farm himself, this Morphling IO combo isn't going to stop him, so to say.
Yeah, and on this top lane, Ron, well, he's already stacking, preparing for those pulls. But to be honest, even if the Razor was completely alone and the Shadow Shan was just only rotating around, it would be just such an easy time for the Razor anyway. Every time the Faceless Void comes up close, just static link him and have complete lane dominance.
Yeah, this is actually one of the few 1v1 lanes that, well, a lot of 1v1 lanes that Faceless Void just doesn't really like.
Yeah, it's... to be honest, I really think that usually Faceless Voids, they would rather face up against a full-on tri-lane, because that way they could still soak up some XP, but then they wouldn't even have the temptation of going for last hits, or the frustration of not getting them. Because then it was just survivability and getting XP, just get that Chronosphere to help out your team. But up against a dual lane like this, usually just, you would want to at least get some sort of farm, but... and he's probably not gonna get anything at oh, mid lane! Man, I did not expect this coming as Death Prophet! He gets the first blood onto the Morphling.
And that was, I was watching that all that time as we just saw Death Prophet. That wasn't a fast kill. He was just simply harassing him down with that Crypt Swarm, and Morphling just kind of tanked it in the face and didn't walk away.
What a big mistake. I mean, I think almost every single time when you see a dual mid lane giving up first blood, the team that gives up first blood who had the dual lane loses. At least the recent times I've seen it happen has been exactly that, and then so he's just playing so ballsy, but his attack damage is so damn good as well. Actually, the Crypt Swarm misses. There's the waveform. Actually, it's off target as well, and so is he gonna go for the kill now? The Crypt Swarm is level 2. Strength Morph already activated. Io comes in with the raw one. My way, he dropped so damn low as well, finally bottling up. But they were just playing with fire.
They're just getting completely outpositioned and outplayed by Enzo so hard right now. Just eating Crypt Swarms left, right, and center. This Enzo is playing well, but I feel that this is mostly we're seeing some very big mistakes coming out from this dual lane.
Yeah, and now Enzo not only does he have his spot coming for him on the courier, he also has boost of speed, so that makes his own kill potential a little bit higher, as well as his escapability, mobility just that much better. But looking at bottom lane, what is going good for Hamster Tamers? It's almost nothing, because even the Centaur is not getting too much XP only. I mean, he's level 2.5, so it's not disastrous, but I mean, they need that Centaur ultimate and his Blink Dagger as soon as humanly possible.
But he's not going to get it against this, not with the stacking or pulling, not with the fact that they've got none of these camps blocked, and they've got no way to block them. And now we're going to see the tower pushing. It's going to get started. This is going to give Cent a little bit of experience, but at the same time, they are going to lose a tower for this.
Well, I don't think losing a tower is actually worth that kind of trade-off. I mean, just those early towers, they give so much to a team. Because just global gold, getting the faster mech, maybe the urn, just support items, and start rotating around. Because once that first tower falls, I guess the only good part about it is that the Centaur will actually get XP from their push. But this one tower fall might just be the first tile in like domino or something that those towers will start on dropping just one after the other.
And there's nothing that Sen can really do about this. In fact, he does get slowed up, desperate trying to get out there. He will be fine. He's a very tanky hero, but that's going to be 5 minutes into the game and the tower one goes down, and there's nothing he could do against that.
Well, at least Faceless Void isn't getting too much XP either. He's level 4, so a little bit better off than the Centaur so far. Actually, the slows come out, the Nether Ward. Oh, the Nether Blast actually was a little bit off target. The Ancient Seal is there, Liquid Fire as well. But they don't have Ice Blast. The Dual Breath slows him down, and Nether Blast gets the kill. Moon Meander secures it for himself. And this might mean yet another tower unless somebody else rotates in.
Yes. I'm not quite sure what they can do, because their entire plan strategy currently for this lineup was for this mid lane to have a far better time than they were to get those that farm up on the Morphling so he can maybe start contesting early, but he's got nothing at the moment. He's 22 and 5, but he's got 1 death already, and if we have a quick look at his net worth, he's currently sitting in 4th place, and that's a dual lane versus a solo lane.
Yeah, that's not a desirable position for them by any stretch of the imagination. And now WWD on the Faceless Void has some more space on the top lane as well, but oh, actually, bottom lane, he might be in trouble. Static Link, not Static Link, oh, Moon Meander, oh! He puts his life in line, but even the tower got denied regardless, and Moon Meander, he's just wasting time at the moment. Static Link is there. Will there be another Static Field? It's 2 seconds on cooldown. He's not gonna use it, Moon Meander. Don't tell me he's gonna get away from this. Are you kidding me right now? It's not like he has space boots or anything, just arcane boots, and he's running away. He's wasting time. But Tether, movement speed, they're gonna chase him down the Razor as well. Oh, the deny, will it be there? Oh, beautiful plays by Moon Meander.
I will say not only just beautiful plays like that, but also by the Skywrath Mage right there, coming in, getting off that slow at the perfect time, slowing out both of those pursuers, and giving him enough space to get that huge playoff there done.
And now Enzo, he's like, okay, nobody's mid lane, Exorcism activated, double damage as well, going for the tier 1 mid lane. It might not fall quite yet, but it's gonna get extremely low. Actually, maybe to the point of denies. Oh, IO, will he come in DPs are there as well? Enzo, he's on the run waveform. Actually connects this time around. Enzo, oh, Cryptor, he turns it around with his ultimate on my way. He goes down as well. Double kill for Enzo. Are you kidding me?
That, I'm physically in pain right now watching this, as they went in, they were in an okay position, but the ultimate from Death Prophet, plus the right-click damage he's got from the so much farm, they just ran into their deaths. And he's currently 3-0 right now in a 1 versus 2 lane on this middle lane, picked up the first tier 1 tower, and he's currently the highest farmer in the game. Enzo has had a really nice time here on this mid. You couldn't ask for it to go on better.
You really couldn't, I mean.
And maybe had been fed a 5-minute Divine Rapier.
Oh, that would have been way too sick. Man. But still, being ahead in last hits, in net worth, up against a dual lane like that. Yeah, I thought he's probably gonna do okay in the lane. Maybe struggle a little bit, but he's just been absolutely dominant. And now they're gonna find On My Way as well. WWD, he blinks in, goes for the right clicks. Liquid Fire is there to help out a little bit. Time lock. And oh, hit the tether, really burned down to the Liquid Fire. Now he's bottling up in between. But Enzo finds him with that right click. Actually, not a single point in silence yet. So Morphling could have waveformed out no matter what. But Enzo, he's just going for the maxed out Witchcraft. Extra movement speed and of course, more spirits for the Exorcism.
Well, at this point, does it really, does he really need the silence at this moment? They're currently 6-1. They're going to pop that ultimate again.
Oh, they find the Razor. Ice Path is there. Will there be a Chronosphere as well? Faceless Void. He's holding on to it. Time locks are there. They're going to chase him down. Nether Ward is there as well. Finally, they pop the Chronosphere. But in the back of the fight, Enzo actually dropping low waveform. Doesn't connect on target. The Exorcism still doing a lot of damage. Cryptspawn connects on 2. As Valium Montoya, he comes in, but silenced up. He doesn't still have his ultimate. WWD. He comes in. They get their last right click to get the kill. And now, I have a dream. Nope. Moon Meander gets the kill. Actually, it was the Nether Ward to get it, I think.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get away right there with that last waveform, but that's not going to happen. Not with the Pugna ultimate, not with the Pugna Ward. It's already level 2, doing so much damage right now, and they want to go for racks right now. It's 9 minutes in. Moonmeander before the games was saying that these are all going to be 10-minute stomps, and well, it's 9 minutes in. We're looking at racks.
Well, the static field comes out, does a lot of damage, but Crypt Swarm 1 to 2 and oh my god, Ron run for dear life. He actually makes it out. HeflaTV doesn't connect on WWD. And so he's on a mega kill streak. Moonmander, he's dropping low. He's pretty low on mana as well. As is everybody else. And actually they only have, never mind, they have 2 sets of arcane boots. Both of them are on cooldown though. So they're probably gonna back off, maybe get tier 2 top lane and then think about Drax.
Yeah, because right now, we're just seeing that, look at this tier 3, it's down to 211 health, and we're 10 minutes into the game. The XP advantage, currently around about 7k for Dream Destroyerz, and 12k gold. I don't think there's actually been a pro game which that kind of disadvantage has been come back from at this early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it has happened like a couple of times, but definitely this early in the game is the key factor in that sentence, I think. Just 10 minutes being so far behind. And once again, looking at the net worth chart, just look at Enzo. He is tripling that of the Razor almost.
Oh, Moonmander trying to go for the huge plays. Not going to be able to get them though.
But, oh no, 3 heroes gonna get caught. Bendy, he sees them out, gets the slow. Chronosphere catches 2, actually Ron barely gets out of it. Might get the Hex to Shackles onto WWE, but Moonmander joins the fight. Oh, the Netherworld Cryptstorm as well, and so they're going for Ron first, and Moonmander gets the kill with that life drain up on the Centaur. 3 heroes down, but Faces Void, at least he died in return as well. Although a 3-for-1, it's not a favorable trade anyway.
Yep, right now, Dream Destroyerz are just completely putting Hamsters in the dumpster right now as they're going in for this tier 2 tower, and they're going to take it. There's no way Hamsters can defend this.
Oh, and then so comes mid lane on my way. Oh, Ice Path is off target, but Yules to stop the TP. One more right click, Crypt Swarm actually. That's the spell he's going for to get the kill. And they're just losing everything on the map. They can't gain an inch of space even.
Hamsters does at least have some wards on the map, but they're not really doing very much against this wombo combo team fighters. They just can't. They needed a good start and they didn't get it. They're all going to be trying to go for a kill, and so can they take him out?
It's a dream for them, but actually waveform, it's off target and no kill for them. Cryptstorm comes out, no waveform to escape anymore. Even silence up. Moonmander actually dodges the HeflaTV as well. Netherworld gets taken out, but Razor, he's so out of mana. Everybody's so low. Will there be a mech? It's already on cooldown as they kill off the center with the exorcism. Going for the tower next. It will fall as Iowa might get the counter kill if he's ballsy enough. No, he thinks better of it. Doesn't want to go in now. Yules, Enzo, he's just wanting to get the kill. There's the silence. The time lock comes out, and man, this. If this wasn't GG, yeah, the GG comes out.
Yes, that is going to be good gamers. Dream Destroyerz, they're going to go into the round of, I think, 64 at this point. This was a round 2 match, and they're going to continue onwards. Well, sadly, Hamsters, they're going to fall down 16-2 as we just saw. Yes, I would say the drafting stage was far better for DD, but at the same time, this was mostly a case of every single lane just got completely outplayed by individual skill.
Oh yeah, it's just, that was exactly the case, and well, most importantly, this mid lane, 10, 0 and 2 on the Death Prophet, 743 gold per minute up against a dual lane. Just completely outplayed, like you said, and we'll see if they can actually get themselves a tougher opponent in the next round. Because we'll try to follow this team, I think, now, since the next round, probably their opponent is already waiting. So we'll see about that. But guys, if you enjoyed, be sure to follow us on this channel, as well as HeflaTV 2 and HeflaMock, the English channels for us. And all our social media is HeflaTV if you want to know when we're going live and whatnot. And yeah, just a few songs as we look for the next game.